What do we know by the end of week 2 of Chad Daybell's trial? Fuel Me Once here, driving instructor of the world. Well, the prosecution has given us a lot more about Lori and Alex. A lot more about Lori and Alex. They keep giving us information about Lori and Alex. They've given very little information about Chad. They are starting, you can just see them starting to lay a foundation, which we hope will get to Chad. They've started talking about Tammy. They've mentioned that after she was exhumed, the coroner changed the death certificate to read homicide by asphyxiation, suffocation. That was because of an autopsy done by a medical examiner in Utah. Friday was day 12 of what they expect to be a 50-day trial, 10 weeks. They will not be meeting court on Tuesday, by the way, because of some other obligations the court has. The only other things we know about Chad is he was with Lori, he knew Alex, he was sort of around for the kids, that Tammy seemed to be healthy, although her kids will attest that she's was quite sick right before and seemed to be slowing down. The only other information about Chad that we have is he was testing or looking up wind directions and said to his family he was burning debris and tree limbs in the yard on the day it seemed like one of the kids was being buried. He also said that they had shot and buried another raccoon, where it turned out to be one of the kids. That is circumstantial. It can't prove anything with just those two pieces of fact, of evidence. So the way the prosecution seems to be going is focusing on Tammy right now, his wife. And it seems like they will call the medical examiner that did the autopsy. They did also say that Tammy had stomach contents. If she had been vomiting, as Chad had said the night before, it's likely she may have had less contents in her stomach. Doesn't mean her stomach needed to be empty. So far, the rumors that and the documents seem to say she had potatoes in her stomach. She ate a lot more than just French fries that night. So there's a lot more of this case to go on. At some point, the prosecutors, though, need to directly connect Chad to the unalivings that he's on trial for. Tammy, JJ Vallow, and Tylee Ryan. So far, they have Alex and Lori all over Tylee, all over JJ, seem to be doing everything. Chad does not seem to be involved. He seems to have known about it afterwards, according to the prosecution, but not seemingly concerned about it. That's an accessory or an accomplice or someone who knew about information that's not the crime of first-degree unaliving that they're trying him for. Tammy, however, is a different story. However, 10 days before she passed, or 9 days before she passed, someone came up to her with what she describes as a paintball gun. The prosecution's trying to suggest it was an actual gun, and this was Alex Cox. So again, we have Alex Cox, at least with an incident to scare her or to shoot at her, but the paintball gun or the regular firearm didn't fire. They also have him in the area the night she passed away. There's a lot going on. This is a crazy, weird case. It's horrible to think what happened to the kids and to Tammy. It is disturbing. And he doesn't seem very remorseful at this point. He marries Lori 3 weeks 2.5 weeks after her funeral, 3 weeks after she passed away. Obviously, he was having an affair with Lori. Lori's husband gets unalived. Then suddenly, Chad's wife gets unalived. Although, interesting fact, he'd been talking that she was going to pass away well before he met Lori. That she would pass and he would eventually take another wife. That's a weird thing to be saying out loud at conferences when you're teaching. That seems like it should be a private thing. The other weird and interesting fact is that Tammy and the kids seem to have also been using Chad's rating system, his light and dark people coding system, because Tammy mentions it in an email to her son who's away on a mission, that one of the 12-year-olds they're teaching in church appears to be 4.2 dark, according to Chad, but Tammy's just saying it like it's nothing, and then they have a text exchange with their daughter Emma about it. And so the kids and Tammy seem very aware of Chad's weird stuff. I'm going to make another video about the ways that what Chad teaches is part of the doctrine of their church and what's way off about the doctrine, his own teachings. So that will be next. Thank you very much. I'll keep you posted on the Chad Daybell trial. If there's anything, obviously, that comes up very important for the day, I'll do a recap. I've been watching every minute of the trial and writing detailed notes. The problem is there's not a lot of info about Chad yet. It'll come. I'm sure the prosecution has a plan. But this is a long time now, 2 weeks for the jury to be going, okay, all right, a lot about Lori and Chad, about Lori and Alex. Okay. So we'll see. On the road of life, please drive kind. Thank you.